Hello my friends, and welcome to today's video where we're going to be exploring cleric weaknesses. Now I want to put out there that this is not about making your player's life difficult. This is about making the game more fun through challenges. So if this is making the game less fun, pull back on it. If it's too easy right now, these are tools you can use to make it more difficult, more exciting, more energetic. Let's get it. Cleric weakness number 1 is going to be their dexterity saving throws. Clerics typically have great AC, whether they have medium armor with their +2 to dexterity or they're going heavy armor where they dump dexterity. Either way, they're not going to have a good enough dex save that they're going to save consistently. So a lot of times they're going to be taking full damage, and when they're not, they're still getting whittled down with half damage. On top of that, they don't have absorb elements to mitigate that damage. So they may have great wisdom saves, they may have great AC, but then we find a weakness in dexterity saves. The second weakness of clerics is the combination of low range and low mobility. Their only ranged options outside of 60 feet are going to be leveled spells, so limited in nature. As far as their cantrips go, it maxes out at 60 feet. Combine that with the fact that they have limited teleport options on their spell list. Gate is the only one that comes to mind at level 9. They are going to struggle with ranged combatants who are highly mobile and can keep that range. So creating a high mobility combat is going to get them thinking on their feet or relying on their teammates. Maybe they have a teammate who can help teleport them in where they can turn on their spirit guardians and just go absolutely ham. But you create a situation where they need to think outside the box, and that's the purpose of this. The third option is to have kind of counter support. In game, there are certain spells and abilities that when you hit an enemy or an ally or target or whatever, they're not going to be able to heal. Now that's a really hard cap on certain forms of support, but it can give us inspiration for other ideas. Maybe there is a caster who has an ability that when a character casts a spell on an ally, it has some reprisal damage based off of the spell level. So if they cast a first level spell on an ally, targeting an ally, it does 1d6 damage, but if they did a 4th level spell, it would be 4d6 damage. This is kind of interesting because it puts the clerics in a position where either A, they don't help the team to not get hurt, or they do help the team, but they have to take some damage to do it. I really like this setup. One little tweak I would do on it is I wouldn't make there be a concentration check on the spell, so it's basically as the spell's getting cast, the damage is done, but if the damage is done afterwards, then yeah, I would still have to make a concentration check. And that's just one idea. Really, the core concept here is to try and have some form of counter support, and I think there's many ways that that can be done, and that could create some really interesting combats where your clerics have to think about their decisions, which again, is what we're here for. Now that's just my take on how to challenge your clerics, but let me know what you guys would do in the comments down below. But with that, my friends, I hope you have yourselves an incredible day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.